on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans, and it's coming up next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
And we are underway from Houston. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Justice Hill. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Ravens. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Stroud looking to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Stroud to throw it. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. A number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They go play action now. Jackson, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Jackson to throw. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 64 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Texans nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Sacked on the corner blitz by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
Here's Tommy Townsend now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. His throw incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll send one of those two tight ends in motion. Henry diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And you can forgive this defense just a bit here. They know how dangerous Lamar Jackson is running the football. Stopping him is in many ways a prime concern. So here, they're late to react to the handoff on the option, and it costs them as this winds up a touchdown.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Throwing now is Stroud. Schultz hauls in the quick throw. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Stroud. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Stroud sets up the play action. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And now here come the Ravens. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Henry up the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
In motion, Aguilar. Now it's Jackson. That is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson now. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal, Baltimore.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this 1st half. A drive that time of 6 plays, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the 1st as another kickoff is away. And able to get this out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6-7.
They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A handoff running left, Henry. The 20. Thump, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So his big first half continues, his 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes this 35-0 now. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early, but that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And Stroud now to throw. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Stroud working out of the gun. Flush to his right. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He may go. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Tucker with the extra point, and it is 42-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A handoff to Mixon. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Flushed out right. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's a give to Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Stroud now on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play? Or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Ravens.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 88 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Play action. Now Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Running from the gun with Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 23-yard line.
Henry out of the pistol. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
A 41-yard attempt.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Stroud off the play fake. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. An option handoff here to Mixon. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. This one taken in by Stover. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the
Stroud looking to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
This one into the hands of Aguilar. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Nelson Aguilar. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 98 yards. And the Ravens continue to pull away here in this first half. And that's the type of play that'll give your sideline some juice, a long touchdown pass.
And it's like a bolt of lightning, isn't it? That suddenness of that play brings everyone to their feet in the stadium, and he takes it all the way to the end zone. Give him credit for making that type of a play call, even more credit for how they executed it.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 5. Now Stroud. Escaping the pressure right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It's taken to the 26. A terrific return there, 27 yards all told. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Now Jackson. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
In motion, Aguilar. Throwing is Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 47 yards. And the Ravens are pouring it on. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Houston set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Stroud. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll go play action here with Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And taken right at the 35. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. There he goes again. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry. on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens have got it on cruise control. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Play action. Stroud now. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Nnamdi Madubuike. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
It's now 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Stroud out of the gun here. Eluding the pressure right. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Texans send the punter out as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 51 yards. And the Ravens just continue to roll. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Tucker now to add the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing now is Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Stroud to throw it. Flush to his right. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP.
Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Flushed out right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers 65 yards. And the Ravens extend their lead yet again. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Tucker now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans back out there and ready to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he fields it cleanly. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A punt return of 65 yards. And the Ravens are pouring it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
An option handoff here to Mixon. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Mixing up the middle. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, that's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion, Aguilar. Jackson. Big strides, look at him go. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have got it on cruise control. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. And now out comes Houston. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And Stroud now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Woods. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now Joe Mixon, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Stroud. Caught left side. Here's Dell. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Travis Jones.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stroud working out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Man, 222 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This is 2nd and 8. Inside handoff, Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He somehow wound up finding the end zone 5 times on the ground already. So he is already in shouting distance of all-time record territory.
Well, now how about this return? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. C.J. Stroud ready to lead the Texans on their next drive. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Back to throw now on first down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stroud got his man, Dell. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. David Ajabo running in to take him down.
It's 2nd and goal at the 13-yard line.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
A 26-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But down this big, we know that they need touchdowns instead of field goals, but now it's add insult to injury because they can't even get the 3, Charles, on the excellent block there by the special teams.
And it certainly felt to me like the special teams consider themselves an extension of the defense, which has played well for them. They have a nice cushion. They didn't want to allow any points, any opportunity to cut into their lead. A big-time play by those guys on that side of the ball.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. But bottom line is, don't quit competing. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Stroud looking to throw. Escaping the press. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him. The Texans send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Call that a 59-yard punt return. And the Ravens just continue to roll. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On the quick, right?
Now Stroud. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, that's the 3rd time he's fumbled so far in this game. And, you know, you can make excuses for each and every one of them. But the bottom line is he's got to take care of it better. And now that he's shown a propensity for fumbling it, just think about what the defenders are trying to do.
Yeah, well, guys hate 1 fumble, 2's, oh, my goodness, 3 or more. Wow.
Just doesn't make any sense, does it?
The Ravens offense back out there. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. A first down carry for Henry. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
They go play action now. Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
And Tucker, the former Longhorn, puts this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. But it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Here's Stroud. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Travis Jones able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 232 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
In motion, Aguilar. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Henry up the middle. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
On third down, Henry. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry punches punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nnamdi Madubuike. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap to Stroud. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Take it at the 37. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Zay Flowers. 39 yards. And the Ravens extend their lead yet again. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in 1 game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston set to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Play action. Stroud now. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Stroud to throw it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Throwing now is Stroud. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked down the numbers. There he goes. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Houston's offense taking over again. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Malik Harrison gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking deep here for Flowers. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 47 yards. And the Ravens are pouring it on. So that is a big one, folks. Can you believe it? 8 passing touchdowns in a single game. Until today, that had never been done in NFL history. And that last touchdown pass not only put 6 points on the board, it also puts his name into the record books for the most touchdown passes in a single game. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Mixon running wide side. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stroud. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's taken to the 26. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Ravens have got it on cruise control.
All right, count him along with me. That's his 3rd return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. This goes out wide for Mixon. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Zay Flowers and the Raven offense back onto the field.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because...
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it down the right sideline. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Baltimore Raven offense returns, and we see wide receiver Rashad Bateman bringing him out.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's Jackson to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Yet another touchdown run for him, and this one is going to put his name in the NFL record books. He's now set the new bar for most rushing touchdowns in a single game. And hold on to that football. It may be heading to Canton after this one's over. That is the 7th rushing touchdown of the game, something never before seen in the NFL. Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And Stroud now to throw. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Travis Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Justin Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on second down. Stroud. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Stroud working out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston set to take over. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Stroud. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The throwing again is Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another Texans first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Dell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
David Ajabo
Picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Stroud. Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
David Ajabo
Drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. This will be fielded at the 17. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 76 yards.
And the Ravens just continue to roll.
As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive. Stroud. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Stroud out of the gun here.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson.
Looking deep here for Flowers.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Zay Flowers.
39 yards.
And the Ravens extend their lead yet again. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950 for the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Stroud. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stroud.
That's complete to Dell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Stroud looking to throw.
Steps away to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Now Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Stroud. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stroud. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Ravens offense and receiver Zay Flowers set to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's... And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 61 yards. And the Ravens are pouring it on. Yet another trip to the end zone, and that last one... a bit of history. He has now broken the NFL record for most receiving touchdowns in a single game. Tucker now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Flush to his right. Keeps himself upright. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And taken right on the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And that will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great...
There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 62 yards. And the Ravens have got it on cruise control. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Let's go.
Here's Stroud. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Stroud. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Stroud.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Stroud to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Stroud.
Flushed out right.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And hit behind the line. He lost lost the football. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
This is caught inside the 15. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers.
56 yards.
And the Ravens just continue to roll. Well, Charles, just impressive in all three phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the 31-yard line.
On the quick, right?
Throwing now is Stroud.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Okay.
Back to throw. Stroud. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Malik Harrison
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
At the 26-yard line.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Stroud. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Here we go.
play action. Stroud now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action now. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Houston set to take over.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Here we go, let's go.
As Stroud now to throw. That's caught again by Schultz.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Roquan Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. That's taken at around the 40. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And you take a look at the numbers, not much to complain about on that ledger. He has been terrific to this point in the proceedings.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And here comes the Texans now.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This one left side, caught by Collins.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back to throw. Stroud. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive.
And he is just one reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly. Right now, though, they're in pretty good sync.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Again, it's Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Again to Henry. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Lounging around with my crew just chillin'. I'm wearing black and white, but I ain't no villain. When all of a sudden I get this rumbling feeling. It's my stomach, it's telling me I need to be grillin' some hamburgers, you know, that big fat and juicy, the ones that be having you licking your lips profusely. And when you take a bite, you no longer feel down, cause with that taste of perfection in your mouth, you can't frown. Life's so good when you're eating a burger, and so unhealthy, it's like artery murder. But you don't even care, cause it tastes so good. It's like hamburger, 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 yum. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.